Good morning, friends. I am Vijay Gori from Shantilal Shah Pharmacy College, Bhavnagar. Today we'll discuss about the amino acid, peptides, and proteins. As we know, proteins are useful component of our body, and it is built up from the amino acid. Amino acid join together form peptides, and peptides join. We will start with the amino acids. What is amino acid? Amino acids are the compounds that contain at least one amino group, amine, and one carboxylic group, COOH. The alpha amino acids are the building blocks from which proteins are constructed. So, in short, basic structure of amino acid contain a central carbon bonded to a carboxylic group, an amino group, and another one is the R group and a hydrogen. The R group is what varies between the 20 amino acids. So in all 20 amino acids, this R group is different and it gives the unique characteristics. The covalent bond between the amino acids which form during the protein formation, that is known as a peptide bond. So one amino acid attach with the amino acid with the help of bond that is known as a peptide bond. It is a bond between the carboxylic group of one amino acid and the amino group of another amino acid. So peptide bond takes place between to the carboxylic group and amino group of different amino acids. So now we discuss some terminology which is related to classification of amino acid. One is hydrophobic. Hydrophobic amino acids means the amino acid with side chains that do not like to reside or do not like to mix with the aqueous environment. Hence, these amino acids known as a hydrophobic amino acids. They make a structure that hydrophobic part remain far from the water. Another one is a polar amino acid are those amino acid or with a side chain that prefer to reside in aqueous environment, so that they love the aqueous environment, hence they are known as a polar amino acid, or we can say hydrophilic amino acid. They are exposed on the surface of the protein. Third one is aliphatic. Aliphatic amino acids are the hydrophobic group that contains only carbon or hydrogen atoms, and aromatic amino acids are the amino acid with side chain is considered aromatic when it contains an aromatic ring system. So these are the basic terminology of the classification of amino acid. So there are 20 amino acids. They are classified according to classification given here, that is hydrophobic, non-polar, and another one is a polar. Non-polar or hydrophobic amino acids are classified into aliphatic and aromatic, whereas polar amino acids are classified into polar, neutral amino acids, and another one are charged amino acid. Amino acid classification. These are the some amino acid. We start from the non-polar aliphatic R group, that are the glycine, alanine, proline, valine, leucine, isoleucine, and methionine. Amongst them, glycine, alanine, and proline are non-essential, and leucine and isoleucine, methionine are essential amino acid. Methionine is a sulfur-containing amino acid. Another is aromatic amino acid. They are phenylalanine, tyrosine, and tryptophan. Amongst them, phenylalanine and tryptophan are essential amino acids. Another amino acid classification, that is polar uncharged R group: serine, threonine, cysteine, asparagine, and glutamine. Cysteine is sulfur containing amino acid. and threonine is the essential amino acid. Positively charged R group are basic amino acid, that is the lysine, arginine and histidine. Negatively charged R group, that is acidic amino acid, aspartate and glutamate. And proteogenic non-standard amino acid, that is UAG, stop codon, selenocysteine and pyrrolysine. So selenocysteine and pyrrolysines are the stop codon which is useful in the zwitterions are the amino acid which have both charges, positive as well as negative. It has amino group as well as carboxylic acid at the two ends, leads to internal proton transfer, that is zwitterions. By changing the pH we can get these zwitterions. The pH at which we get zero charge, that pH is known as isoelectric point and the ions are known as zwitterions. So here example of the zwitterion is given. So zwitterion we can say it have both charges, that is positive as well as negative. Here first structure is given, that is a non-ionic form, there is no any charge, but in the another second structure NH3 plus 1 is there, O minus is there. So H is transferred to NH2, so it becomes NH3 plus 1 and O become minus. So both charges is there and it is known as a zwitterion. So at any given point of time when zwitterion acts as either as an acidic or it also acts as a basic. So because it contains both the charges and it is known as a zwitter. Now we'll go for peptides and proteins. Polypeptides are the linear arrangement of number of amino acid residues linked by peptide bonds. Polymer composed of 2 amino acid, 3 amino acid, maybe some few amino acid and may have many amino acid residue. So they are known as if there is a 2 amino acid, it is known as dipeptides. If there is a 3 amino acid, they are known as tripeptides. If there are few amino acid linked with the peptide bond, they are known as oligopeptides, and many amino acids linked with the peptide bond, they are known as polypeptides. Proteins are molecules that consist of one or more polypeptide chains. Let us discuss dipeptide. Here two amino acids join together with the polypeptide bond in between to C double bond O and NH as you see in the figure, and there is a liberations of the H2O. So peptide bond is the amide linkage that is formed between two amino acids which result in release of a molecule of the water. The four atoms in the yellow box formed a rigid planar unit, and as we will see, there is no rotations around the C and bond. As we know, proteins are linear polymers of amino acids. Primary structure is a linear structure. Carboxylic group of one amino acid is linked to amino group of another amino acid with the help of peptide bond. Linkage is an amide bond, or it is also known as a peptide linkage. When one amino acid join with the another amino acid, there is a dehydration reaction takes place. So water is released and carboxylic acid of one amino acid join with the amine group of another amino acid and form the peptide bond, or it is also known as a amide bond. Here the example is given between the glycine and alanine. Now peptides are known as chains of amino acid. Here there is a dehydration reaction takes place between amino acid and formations of the peptide bond as we see earlier. Polypeptide are the chain that have a molecule less than 10,000, so it is known as polypeptide. Amino acid terminal, one is N terminal and another one is a carboxyl terminal, that is known as a C terminal. So amino terminal known as N terminal, and carboxyl terminal is known as a C terminal in the peptide. Now, what is the uses of peptides? Peptides are of immense biomedical interest, particularly in endocrinology. So, endocrine system, mostly whatever part of the endocrine system or secretions they are of peptides. Many hormones are peptides. Example, most important hormone insulin. Certain antibiotics are also peptides, which we use to kill the microorganism. And some peptides are anti-tumor agents that is used in the cancer, and some are also used to prepare the vaccine. So peptides have a very much role in our human. Glutathione is a tripeptide consisting of glutamic acid, cysteine, and glycine. Glutathione has many important functions, including it as it is present in the RBC and several other tissues and required by several enzymes. It helps in maintaining redox potentials in the cells. It helps in the making of DNA. It supports the immune system. It helps in the forming sperm cell. It helps in certain enzyme functions. It regenerates vitamin C and E and helping the liver and gallbladder to deal with the fats. It also assists the regular cell death which is occurring in our body, which is waste product. When it is mature, it is waste product in our body, so it assists regular cell death. Bradykinin and calidin. These are the peptides which contain 9 to 10 amino acid residue. Bradykinin is an organic compound classified as peptide. Bradykinin is a potent endothelial dependent vasodilator. So it dilates the blood vessels and which produces lowering in the blood pressure. Bradykinin formed by partial hydrolysis of specific plasma proteins by SNAC venom. Tyrosidine and gramicidinase. Peptide bond form the cyclic structure in some peptides, that is almost 10 amino acids to amine together. Examples are tyrosidine and gramicidine. Gramicidine S and tyrosidine A are antibiotic that contain both type of amino acid D as well as L amino acid. They both also contain the amino acid ornithine and plays a role in metabolic intermediate several common pathways. Another one is oxytocin. Oxytocin as well as another vasopressin have cyclic structure. Each has 9 amino acid residue and amide group at the C terminal and have disulfide bonds at position 1 and 6. Oxytocin synthetically prepared nowadays and is indicated to produce uterine contractions during the third stage of labor and to control postpartum bleeding or hemorrhage. So it is used. So friends, today we have discussed what is amino acid, what is dipeptide, what is polypeptide, and how protein formation takes place. In next video we will discuss about the protein in detail.